which teams or individuals in my company are more or less profitable. And I know it might sound so capitalist, but it's actually an important question that you need to ask yourself, because first it means in which teams I should hire more people, because obviously these teams are very profitable. So their services are well priced, or clients are willing to pay more for those services. It's also a great start for, paying bonuses. I know some companies that are actually awarding the teams or individuals that are more profitable. And it's also good to see where you need to maybe change prices, or maybe you're, over servicing clients for those specific resources. Maybe you're just not resourcing people properly. You're putting the most expensive people to work on cheap services. So that's an insight that I would actually build from time entries, right? Why? Because with tracking time, we're capturing costs on projects. So I'm going to use time entries as my data source here. And let's look at this month's data and group this by different people, okay? And those people belong to departments. So let's add the department information as well. We're going to flip it. So we're first seeing the department and then the people, and we're just focusing on the totals here. So it's important to compare both work time and billable time. If there's a difference, that means that you're over servicing those people because you don't charge for their time potentially. And what I would add here, or maybe they're working on a lot of non-billable stuff. And the information that I would add here is how much revenue they brought in for the company. So this revenue is calculated by billable rates that you're charging for them on client projects with the billable hours they did, the cost, and the profit, of course. The cost is based on their salary cost plus the overhead, and profit is, of course, revenue minus cost, right? So we can see that some people brought very little revenue for the company and some people did really good. Okay, so this is our most profitable person, and we can sort them. The most profitable person is Luke, actually, right? But have in mind that we're including overhead here, and regardless of your salary, Productive is allocating to each person the same amount of overhead. So if you want to create an alternative formula that would exclude overhead, you can do that as well, because in this insight, we have separated the overhead cost and the work cost, okay, into two different columns, right, or fields. We have excluded them. So you can create your alternative formula for profit, and that would be profit without overhead. So that would actually be recognized revenue minus the pure work cost. Okay, good. So let's pull this up and put it next to the recognized profit. And now you're seeing huge differences now, right? Let's delete these fields here. And you can see how this varies actually. Everyone's profitable is of course more profitable when we exclude overhead, but for some people it's huge difference. This is like 6 times the difference, okay? So if you want to have this alternative formula, you can use it as well. Don't use this as your orientation when it comes to profitability, because of course people need to cover up for the agency expenses as well. I mean, that's the whole point of them being profitable.